The statistics are staggering. 2.5 million people are trafficked at any given moment. So Governor Ralph Northam is tightening the rules on people who commit human trafficking crimes in Virginia. 13 News Now reporter Megan Shin is here to explain.
David, Janet, worldwide human trafficking is a $31 billion business. Now the bill Northam signed today makes it so human trafficking crimes are an offense that won't receive bail.
Inside the Norfolk Police Department building.
It's a win-win.
Governor Northam is cracking down on human trafficking. He's signing a bill so traffickers can't get out on bond, in hopes of setting a nationwide trend.
It's all about public awareness, and oftentimes things will occur in one state and then other states will follow suit. So we certainly hope that will happen.
He's supported by an entire community in Hampton Roads, a community including the Hampton Roads Human Trafficking Task Force, funded through a grant from Attorney General Mark Herring.
Human trafficking will not be tolerated in Virginia.
Delegate Michael Mullen sponsors this bill.
We didn't want that cycle of abuse to continue.
He says the cycle works like this. The trafficker is arrested, gets out on bond, and pulls the victim back into this form of modern-day slavery. This bill cuts off the cycle. It's meant to help police keep the community safer and give trafficking victims help.
It gives us the ability to make sure that we're providing adequate services to the victims.
Victims like Arlington resident Barbara Amaya.
And it really shows to me that there's a paradigm shift, a mind shift.
Amaya says she wants all survivors like her to know help exists in the community.
It gives all survivors of human trafficking hope that perhaps something's being done.
If you or someone you know needs help, the human trafficking hotline number is on your screen. Take a look there. It's 1-888-373-7888. And signs of human trafficking that you can look out for include signs of physical abuse, malnutrition, submissive behavior, and a lack of control over the phone or cell phone or money. In the studio, Megan Shin, 13 News Now.